The dark green line shows our short 150-mile trip to Bar Harbor. The morning was spent walking around town souvenir shopping, and the afternoon we took the Arcata National Park Scenic Drive, pulling into the bay where the ship anchored. Here we are in the skiff that ferries you between the ship and shore. Unloading at the dock. You will notice that the sky is overcast and cloudy. It stayed that way most of the day with some slight drizzle every once in a while. In front of the souvenir shop that you have to pass through to get to the dock. Here are a bunch of pictures of downtown Bar Harbor. Barbara in front of the sign of the Bar Harbor Inn where movie stars and politicians stay. There's our ship anchored offshore. Here's a bunch of clams that the guy caught. One of many of the lobster boats with their traps that were in the harbor. That afternoon, we climbed aboard a bus for the Arcata National Park Scenic Drive. The 35,000-acre park was established by concerned residents in 1916 and then declared a national park by Congress in 1919. This elevation model was at the park headquarters, but we didn't get time to see it because of the 8 busloads of people there at that time. Barbara standing on a trail next to the visitor center. The next several pictures were taken from the bus as we toured the park. We had a photo stop at this outcropping of red rock. One last picture for the day. The plan was to proceed to Boston overnight, but instead we followed the Little Red Line. Because of high winds and seas, we did not go into Boston, but instead stayed at sea riding out the storm. Here are several pictures from our stateroom porthole showing the 30-foot swells in the sea. Some of those decorations we saw earlier were laid out for tonight's dinner. The sea calmed a bit, so it was okay to have dinner afterwards. We went to the show. Here are some pictures taken of that stage show.
We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. Yippee, 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 yi. We say, yo, hi-yi-yi-yi. We're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma.
We followed the Blue Line that night and arrived the next morning at Newport, Rhode Island. We take the summer cottage tour, visit around the port, and pack up, getting ready to go home. We board the bus to visit some of these summer cottages that are located here. They are for the rich, famous, and movie star like. That's the Kennedy Summer Cottage. I don't know whose cottage that is, but it's fancy and big. The tour bus makes a stop at the Vanderbilt Summer Cottage so that you can see the beautiful manicured lawns and backyard patio. You also get to see your neighbors' cottages along the shore. Also located in the backyard was this fountain and this statue and this lion. After the tour, we decided to walk around the town and see what it looks like. Also visit the docks, had a little lunch there. After spending a pleasant day at Newport, we board the tender and head back out to the ship so that we can continue our journey into New York. The purple line signifies our travel of 150 miles into New York. Wake up early means 5 a.m. so that we could see our travels under the Verrazano Bridge and then look at the Statue of Liberty. It was cold out there, but we stayed on deck to watch our progress towards the dock and looked at the New York skyline. We docked adjacent to the Enterprise aircraft carrier, which is now a museum. Next to the aircraft carrier is this Concorde that has been retired. One last view of the New York skyline as we drive over to JFK to catch an airplane home.